Hey, Becky, we're back. Today I'm back for another Larry Boy disc swap video. Today's video is, this is something I've been, now that we've covered most of the games that I know with, that most of the games that I know it works with, I'm going to be covering a glitch, a really weird thing. Well, this is all glitches, this game, but I'm going to be showing you a weird thing you can do with this game. If you didn't think swapping the discs and playing the other discs was weird and cool enough, it is. But what happens if you swap back to the game after disc swapping? What happens? Well, under normal circumstances, the game actually goes back to normal, like most games would. Well, sometimes it doesn't. This game is, this disc swapping thing with this game is so glitchy, dude, that when you put the wrong disc in, it triggers this reading all the files. Yeah, if you guys know there's videos with this game, when you disc swap with this game, it plays all the files off another disc. And I mean everything. The textures, the models, scripts, triggers, flags, level data, and disc data, movie cutscenes. And then eventually the best part you want with disc swapping that we want is sound effects and voices. Well, it reads everything. You know that. But what happens though when you put the game back in? Well, since you've triggered a glitch that reads all the files off another disc, right? With this game. If you put the disc back in, it reads all the files off the game, off this game. No, I'm not making that up. So you can put the game back in, and it will start playing all the files of Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, all the voice files and the music off the disc. Wherever it starts reading, I mean, wherever it starts reading. Like I say, I have no control where it starts, but yeah, you can use this glitch to also play the files off this game too. So like I said, yeah, all this glitch is when you put the wrong disc in, it causes the reading all the files. And that goes for other discs, and for the game itself. I mean, So I'm going to show you how to do this. This can happen randomly. If you put the disc back in, sometimes it will just automatically trigger it. And it won't say checking the disc. If you don't see that screen checking or error reading disc when you put the disc back in, you know you caused it. It will happen once in a while, but you can actually, I found a way to make it happen, so I'll show you guys the glitch, so.
That's great, Alfred. What is it?
Well, first, let us prepare by performing your most basic superhero moves.
Okay, I'm ready.
Use the right analog stick to look in all directions. Use the left analog stick to move around.
Okay, so what you have to do is you have to swap with another disc first, like you always do. And then you switch back to the game. So you swap with another disc that works with this game, and you have to trigger something. You swap to another disc, but you have to trigger something. You have to talk to a character, talk to Alfred, or talk to Larry Boy, or do something that makes that we read the other disc. And then once it's reading the other disc, you have to pause the game and swap back to Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. That's how this works. So now you have to do something to make this work, though. You can't have the music being on. And the background music. No, you can't just turn this off. That doesn't count. What you have to do is have to disable background music before you disc swap. The reason why you have to disable background stuff before you disc swap is this will allow you to swap between multiple games at once. So you can pause and swap. That's how you change the pitch of voices without having to use a tool. Like, let's say for example, if you swap with movie game, I'm going to show you this part is very slow. If I would have paused the game and swapped with Five Prince Breaking the Rules, Well, pause with movie, when I pause and swap with then breaking the rules, it will play, the voice clips will be very slow, will be normal voices, because breaking the rules by default is like too quick. So you can't hear the voices. So you have to swap with a game that's slow. Then finally swap with that game. The game that's too fast, and you can hear the voices. That's how I do it. So you gotta turn this background music thing off. So what you do to cause this is you switch to Despicable Me game. There's a couple games to do this, but you switch to this game, Despicable Me the game. Despicable Me the game PS2. It's gonna say airing the disc. Now, there's no background music. Some games, when you put the wrong disc in, it will start playing random stuff. It will replace the music with random stuff. We want to disable the background music entirely. So it's disabled now. Then you don't do anything. Then you swap with the game you want to swap with. So we're going to use movie game. The SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. Click that. Let it go in for, if you don't immediately unpause. Let it go in. Let it. If the emulator is like the console, you can't just don't immediately unpause. Okay, now you can do it. If you're using the new emulator, you have to actually wait even longer. By the way, if you use the new emulator, you gotta wait like almost 30 seconds. I swear. So now we're gonna trigger the glitch with the long disc. That's step one. Well, step two. Step one is disabling the music. Step two, swap with a game. I used the movie game in the Larry Boy and the Bad Apple tutorial where Alfred tells you about musical notes. Where he tells you to click the notes. Just look around for 6 musical notes and walk over them to pick them up. That's the line I use. Now what you do, you pause, and then you swap back to Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. USA or Europe, whatever game you're using. Works for both versions. Swap back to the actual game itself. Okay? Now, watch this. Yeah, okay. So now the game's in this glitchy state that you put the wrong disc in, and since this game does not know how to handle disc swapping whatsoever, it reads all the files off another disc instead of just swapping the sounds or mixing of something else. No, it just read all the folders. That makes sense. You pause the game and you've put the disc back in, right? But since it didn't say checking the disc, so now when you unpause, it's gonna actually start playing all the files off the game itself. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding, bro. Okay. I'll show you this. I'll show you what it does, dude.
Plan, Master Larry. Larry boy, you did it! I heard you live in a cave. Look! The bad apple was right! It's Larry boy! 6. The only way across this room is to use the wind to push you higher. One time, I saw your jet flying over Bumbleberg. Got it, Alfred. Ah, yes, of course. Sealing the airlocks will decrease the air pressure level. Find the others, Master Larry. Stay focused, Master Larry. Back to Bumbleberg I go. It's you. good idea. Where do we start? You can double jump and glide to go farther. Oh no! It only becomes trouble when you choose to play games instead of taking care of more important things. I'll give it a shot. Keep up the great work, Alfred. Don't forget the anchovies. You're going to have to glide a great distance, Master Laddie. Be sure to stay in the air. I'm going to have to slingshot and glide to get on top. I know I can do it. I hear he can inflate a hot air balloon with one mighty sneeze. Swiftly, Master Laddie, turn off the force fields with your super suction plunger ears. Oh no, the guards are operating a battering ram, and by the looks of it, you'll need to keep moving once you begin because they'll be trailing right behind you. Magnificent! You seem to be getting the hang of it. I'm curious, Alfred. If my name was Control Switch, would you call me Master Control Switch? Here, you can have this. Thanks again and good luck. One more thing, Master Laddie. The optical sentry units may set off a trap when activated. Oh, you're my hero, Larry boy! We all love toys, but having a lot of them for yourself won't do any good for someone else who needs help. These gusts of wind are very powerful. You must figure out a way to stay put when the wind blows. I've developed a way for you to fly across large gaps that are too far to double jump and glide over. I hope I can be as brave as you when I grow up. I'll get over there right away. Oh no! Master Laddie, I just received word that Mayor Blueberry is in trouble. The bad apple is at the mayor's office. Oh, feeling fizzy. Feeling dizzy. We won't be seeing the bad apple anytime soon. All of the celebration supplies have been delivered, including the ingredients for the birthday cake. But without Baker Lunt, there will be no cake. That's right. Remember, when you're feeling tempted, you can always call a friend or loved one to help you avoid giving in. Try using your power drencher to spray the large seed next to the wall. And, double pineapple. You'll need to outsmart them before we can move on. That air vent might do the trick. Oh, nothing, Master Laddie. What's the matter with you? Master Laddie, you must find a way to the top of the plateau so that you can glide over the river. Just checking. Yahoo! Quickly, Master Laddie, the train will only stop if its coals are cooled down. Ah! The entire fire squad needs my help. They're relying on me. I know I can do this. Didn't you hear me? You don't have any feet. Heavy duty. I'll have to get them to chase me. Not a problem. Everybody in Bumblyburg knows you have a gift for making the best cakes and pies. That's why we can't wait to see the anniversary cake at the big celebration. Oh, no! Eddie doesn't sleep. Me either. Just a lunch schedule. It's corn dog day. Zoom! Here comes Air Force Able to stop the dangerous lava monster. Fuel, check. Oil, check. Temptation, definitely a check. I'll search the area for anything that'll help. I couldn't agree more. And you're the first person in Bumblyburg to own it. You make the best gadgets, buddy. More pressure plates, Master Laddie. I think you know what to do here. There are several large switches on the walls around you, Master Laddie. It's uncertain what they will affect, but your super suction plunger ears should trigger them. All you ever think about is food. Wow! What?
Yeah. So as you heard with all that music, I mean, as you heard with that, yeah. When you put the long disc in, yeah, you're not hearing things. If you put, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as the Everglitch. Same thing. When you put the long disc in, it reads all the files off the Ever disc. But if you pause the game, have no background music, nothing for it to read, swap back to Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, and then you unpause. It reads all the file. Then it will read all the files off the actual game itself, because whatever goes in there reads everything. So if you put the correct game back in while doing that thing I taught you, the game does not know how to handle it. So then it starts reading the actual files off the actual game. It doesn't go back to normal. Like, ay, dude. Now, sometimes it can still bug out. You don't have to pause and do that to make it. It can do it on its own. Sometimes it can bug out when you put the game back in it. It can automatically start causing it. But to make it happen, that's how I found how to cause it. I'm not going to try it in the hub world, because there's people in here. You can talk to characters in here. And the cool thing about the hub world is you can talk to multiple people. Meaning, you can stack stuff. So, basically, this glitch is the same bug as It's the same bug in BFBB GameCube where you go to SpongeBall Arena 13 times, and then all the sounds start to stack. Instead, that game, it's every time everything stacks. Every time you walk, jump, yeah. BFBB that glitch is like nightmare fuel. This game doesn't do that. If you cause a sound with him by jumping, and his hut sound turns into like the Ever disc, you can't walk, and then you can't attack, and it won't stack. Once you switch to a different attack, it overwrites the Ever sound. Now you can attack with him, and then talk to characters over there, and then it won't overwrite. So you can talk. You can do it that way. So it's gonna mess with this. So what you do? Let's see if we can actually. Now, if you want to, I might as well say this. If you want to disc swap in Bumbleberg Hub, you have to stand in this area, around this area when you swap the discs. For whatever reason, if you don't, the game will crash. No, I don't know why, but yeah, you have to stand around this area, like stand like where I am. If you don't, the game crashes for some reason. Okay, so same thing. Come on. Okay, Despicable Me. Turn the music. This will always turn the music off. The background. This game does this. So we disabled the background sounds. If it doesn't, there's no replacing. It's just not there. That's good. Now swap to game you want. I'm picking BFBB again. Because this game has the voice files pretty much already started. I don't have to wait for it to get to it. Well, no, we're not doing the Ever discs today. Like we're not. This video is not swapping to. We're swapping back to Larry Boy in the back. So yeah, in the Bad Apple. We're seeing what happens when we swap back, but we're gonna do it with BFBB again. So because I want to see if we can. So now what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna to trigger two different things at once. Then we're gonna put the pause and put the game back in. Now the problem with these characters, the hub world characters tend to load the dialogue for a split second, and then it doesn't do anything. You have to kind of find the right dialogue.
Boy must be smoking at the lanes. Looks like the robot's left itself vulnerable. SpongeBob has an opening, but will he get the drop on the robot? Whoa-ho! What an opening for a guy literally filled with...
So he's talking.
Goes for it. It looks like SpongeBob has an opportunity here. There's another opportunity for...
Now I'm gonna trigger something.
Looks like Sponge...
Now I'm gonna trigger something with him. So now we have a stacking. We have stacking. Just like BFBB GameCube. I have to go to SpongeBob Arena 13 times. He's reading the BFBB disc, and he's reading the BFBB disc. So the game is basically reading through all the files 2 separate times. Yeah, you can even do that. It's a mess. So now I'm going to put the correct disc back in while being paused, and now it's going to swap it back to the Leaderboard audio, reading both. Now keep in mind it might read the cutscenes or something or non-audio files. I can't control what it starts with, but I'm just going to try it. Okay, and now, I'm going to just do this. So, yeah, you can even talk to multiple characters in the hub, and then put the wrong disc, and then it will read the disc with multiple different people. Yeah, you can even do that. You can even stack it, like, a little bit. Like, you can't stack it every time you jump and attack, like BFBB. It's not that weird with that. But you can still do a little bit of stacking. You can do that, too.
Still champion!
Okay, so the guy's cleaning's dialogue, he turned into the dialogue of Larry Boy and all the characters from the game, and Larry Boy's audio turned into the music it started off with the music. Okay, I'm going to keep reading both. It's going to keep going from each file for 2 different characters. So it's reading the game, all the files of 2 different characters. How does this not crash? Like, ay. It's reading the game twice. All the files twice with 2 separate characters. How does this not crash? And no, you can still. I think you can probably do this on the actual PS2. I bet you. I tried it. You can still do this stuff on the actual PS2. It does crash more. There's more limitations to it, but you can still kind of do it on the actual console with this game. Yeah, not kidding. Not as much. I recommend using the emulator because you can't turbo mode. You can't speed up the. If it's not reading you can't do this thing, but yeah.
We're all working very hard to finish on time.
I accidentally talked to him. You know what I mean? You can also do this too.
Ah, Master Larry, you've returned! At long last, I've completed the design for a new gadget to aid you in your crime-preventing duties. Ah, Master Larry, you've returned! At long last, I've completed the design...
Here we're...
Ah, Master Larry, you've returned!
Didn't work.
At long last, I've completed the design for a new gadget to aid
Yeah,
you
you can't
in
do
your
it like,
crime-preventing duties. Ah, Master Larry, you've returned...
all the time. Like, so you can sometimes even do it with this dialog box, make it read all the files, but you can't pause and swap here because it's constantly reading something. So this only happens rare of that place, but you can do it too here. If you do it, I think I do it quickly. I think it crashed.
Note to self.
Yeah, it doesn't work very often. It's gonna keep saying it.
Boy goes next time.
Oh, there we go. Now it's reading the files off this bar. Oh my god. Oh, hello, boy. Shit. God. I told you this game is glitchy, dude. I told you. Wow. Now, if you go off of it, now when you go back, since now it's gonna go back to normal now.
Ah, Master Larry, you've returned.
And it will loop.
At last, I've completed the design.
And it will loop.
Ah, Master Larry, you've returned. At long last, I've completed the design for a new gadget to aid you in your crime-preventing duties. Ah, Master Larry, you've returned. At long.
Yeah, see? So that's that. Very cool. Very weird. Next video on this will be what I'm going to do with now. The next video for this is going to be what happens when you swap USA with Europe, or Europe with USA, with Larry Boy. It's actually even easier because you're using the right game, but since it has since it leaves all the folders, you can see what's gonna happen. Probably. That's really cool. I'll do that. That's gonna be my last video for this. I'll look for more games. Hopefully I can find more, but we've done all the games actually that I know about. Yeah. So this series is coming to a close unless I find more games. I'll do disc swapping, but the Larry Boy disc swapping is the best because it leaves all the files, but I have found every game. I've done it with every game I know about. And all the games I discovered. I don't know any more popular cartoon games to do it with. We've done it with all the major ones. Over the Hedge, all the Shrek, and I mean, it's too bad you can't do it with PS1 games. That sucks. Because you can probably, it's too bad you can't put the PS1 games in there, since the PS2 emulator and the PS2 both read the PS1 games. Well, the PS2 emulator doesn't really read them that well, but you know what I mean. You can play the PS1 games on the PSX too. But they will be glitchy. But you can technically do that if you kind of want to. You have to use an actual PS1 emulator, but you can actually use the PS2 emulator, but it will be glitchy as all hell. So. It doesn't work at this point in time. It's not working perfectly yet. I wonder if they watch movies on this thing. I never tried that because the PS2 does it let you put movies in here? Not for disc swapping purposes, but I mean, can you put movies in the PS2? I don't think so, but I should try that for the hell of it at some point. I don't have any. I don't know how to pirate movies. I'll just go and use my CD drive and just see what works. But that's just the point. Yeah, so thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye.